Hey, what's up, everyone? This is New Year's bonus content. This is right after, it's almost 1 in the morning. New Year, it's 2010 now.
2010, New Year.
Yeah.
So we got a familiar face, which is regular co-host. Say
Yes.
hi.
Hello.
That's Peter. And new material here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jim.
And Jim.
How are
Peter
you?
and Jim.
What are you wearing?
Clothes. Wasn't that rowdy of a New Year's.
It was good, though.
It was good.
I enjoyed it.
It was
Good
fun.
food. Wow,
it was
good
fun.
food.
Girlfriend's a good cook.
Yet
We had
again.
Yeah.
Cat ripped it
Not
up.
on my things I hate from 2009.
No. There was we're thinking about listing things we hate and things we love from 2009.
Shit that made us angry
Yeah,
And happy.
and happy.
But then ultimately angry.
hangry.
Angry.
Or made us think.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you guys a
Reflection.
second to think. Things I hated of 2009. All my roommates.
Yeah, you had some fucking balls out awful roommates.
I had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different roommates, not counting my girlfriend.
Nice.
Models, Hasidic Jews.
2 doctors.
That's an awesome group of people to choose from.
It's a very eclectic, random group of people.
Yes.
Each special in their own way. And
Emphasis on special.
yeah, very special. And
Now that we're talking about special.
Segue right into that. My favorite thing from 2009 was my wife. And my least favorite thing from 2009 was also, again, my wife.
Please expand.
She wins all of the best and all of the worst categories.
What is your favorite and least favorite thing about her in 2009?
That she exists. Both. Still, once again.
Emil!
oh my God, look who it is! It's the Doc, just in time for bonus special content
Hello!
podcast. Holy shit! We weren't expecting a Doc appearance.
Super bonus stock time.
Yeah, this is like
What's up, Emil?
this is like stage
what's up?
My
7-4
friend Jim. This
in
is Emil.
Super
Emil,
Mario
man.
Very
Brothers.
nice to meet you.
Happy
So-
New Year, guys.
Yeah, we're doing
2010, yeah.
we're doing a secret mini bonus podcast while the party rages on outside.
Nice.
I would like to make this podcast the most politically incorrect podcast we've ever
That's
done.
cool.
Okay,
Alright.
let's start.
All right.
I would like to start the podcast
Your serve.
by everybody
I'll
yelling.
be back. I got a deposit bottle of wine over there,
Okay,
and I'll be back.
yeah, deposit alcohol.
I would like to start this podcast by everybody yelling the name of a movie in their best retard voice. And I will start it.
Okay.
I actually have practiced this. I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
The name of mine is Julie and Julia.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell it in full retard voice.
The anticipation is extreme.
Okay. Julie and Julie.
Hold on 1 second.
Yes,
This lint trap is over.
Doc, you're derailing the entire bonus.
This lint
podcast.
trap is
I
knocked
hate
over.
lint traps.
But you were very
Oh
strong.
my
Back in
God.
1987.
All right.
Fuck you.
I saw a little bit of lint over here, so I just took care of that.
This is
Wait. There's more stuff in here than there was last time.
It's pretty.
this is starting to turn into that like Marx Brothers movie where
Who's on second?
all the people try and fit into that closet.
Yes.
What just happened?
We now have 6 guest hosts
New
in
Year's
one tiny little
2010.
bedroom.
Yeah.
Totally derailed.
My what?
Are we still doing the retard movie thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that, you know what?
I
Everyone
think
should
it's
stay with
like-
us because this is going to gear up.
I disagree. I go home now.
What does anybody else have a movie that they want to? One flew over the cuckoo's nest.
John.
Does anybody else have a retard movie they'd like to?
And
Was that the first or second one? I
What's
wasn't.
going on over
Both.
here? I don't know. I'm too... I can't handle it.
We're saying our favorite movie. In a retard voice.
Cammy.
I can't handle this.
That's not a movie, and it's not a retard voice.
I disagree.
Brave hard for that.
Please, Cammy.
That was like Frankenstein's favorite movie.
Nice. Yes, do your favorite movie in a Frankenstein voice. That's politically incorrect.
I want to suck your blood, there will be blood. That's a TV show, not a movie.
Awesome.
And it's Dracula, not a retard. Wow, I'm glad this is bonus content. Not really.
Define the difference really between Dracula and a retard.
By the
Let's
way,
compare
I'm
and
wasted.
contrast.
Not that it
Dracula
was
is a little bit
obvious,
more
but I was totally
precise.
wasted.
How was your
A
New
little
Year's?
bit.
It was good.
Marginally.
You went to Alex's shindig?
More precise.
Yeah,
How was Alex's thing?
Although I say
it
that's
was
creepy.
good. There
Yeah.
was a girl.
And
Yeah.
probably smells better.
Did
would agree with
you go? What's the thing we go?
Yeah, no, I just
You
got a
want to
number,
butter
but
tits.
That's cool.
All right.
What?
Is that what you're saying?
What?
Never mind.
I was gonna say, did you shake her hand and did
I
you introduce yourself
don't
Tell her
politely?
politely
I
that
totally
you care
shook
for
her
her
hand.
and no.
Yeah, we met, and that was it.
All
And
right,
that was the end of it.
that's very exciting.
Yeah,
So
it's an exciting story.
Riveting.
It really was. It was totally
Princess Samurai.
exciting. And then I came right over here because I was like,
Yeah.
all right, after that's done, I got to come over here,
Right. You're like mission accomplished. Now it's time to
hang out with the
sit in a
best
room with
friend.
3 men
Yeah.
and
And talk about your angriest moment of
I was in there. I was like,
2009.
should I try to get here before midnight? And then there was a girl, and I was like, you know what? No.
you're like, sorry, baby, I have to talk like a retard saying my favorite movie.
I have to go now.
She's like, I want you leaving.
My penis is 1/10 of an inch from your vagina, but I am required to
Dude,
talk
what's
like a
wrong?
retard to say a movie
All right,
name.
this is a story.
She's like, I want you a lot more right now.
It was Alex's friend, and she was fucking hot, and I don't
Yeah.
know what's wrong with Alex because she was fucking hot, and he wasn't talking to her at all, so I was like, well...
Isn't that like every scenario when you hang out with Alex?
He's friends with the hottest fucking girls.
I know.
This girl, she was, really hot, and then she started talking to me, I'm like, well, if Alex isn't on it, then...
Right.
So
I got the name of a good dry cleaner. We're good to go.
A plate.
All right, let's talk about the angriest we've been in the last year.
What's going on with this episode, by the way?
I don't know. Like,
I started a bonus content section, and this is
So you finished the normal content?
well,
What? Define normal.
yeah. The normal content was like 5 days ago. This is
Okay.
Yeah, this is just like
Drunk
hey.
cast. Well,
Yeah.
I fit into the drunk cast because I'm drunk.
You know what? This is funnier than the normal episodes. So fuck.
Yeah, awesome.
I think we all need to drink. What I need to do is have everyone drink for 5 hours, and then have 5 guests,
So
and
I've
then
been
it'll
drinking
be
for 5
decent
hours,
episodes.
but I could use another drink too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
How about you? You're leaving? Oh my god! Oh my god! Am I hitting pause, or do you guys want to? Do you guys want to
can
take
pause
over
there
for
for
a
a
minute?
second.
All right,
We'll
pause.
regather.
Yeah. So we're back, and nobody's saying anything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Words is what I say.
I hate hippies more
No,
than
you don't.
I have.
You love hippies. You like to say you hate hippies, but you love them.
I have come up with a hatred for hippies lately.
I have a
Hasn't
question.
so
Has
really.
anyone seen my jacket?
Maybe the hippies took it.
Yeah.
That's my only question.
Yeah.
Really. That's all I have to say.
Because
I,
if a hippie takes your jacket, then it's officially retro.
Yeah.
Then yes, it's a stolen jacket, so a hippie looks
It's
cooler
cool. That
because
is
it's
cool.
a stolen
Yeah.
jacket.
It's a cool jacket.
Fucking
Yeah.
hippies.
If I knew where it was, it would be cool.
Because if you wear like a business jacket, you're selling out. But if you wear a business jacket, ironically,
That you stole.
that you
Words.
stole,
Now you're cool.
yes,
You're just sort of doing what you need to do to get by, and everyone
Fucking
stands
hippies.
behind it.
Living
'Cause
off the
our
earth.
artists need
Stealing
to
a man's
survive.
jacket.
well, that's what I do. I wear a business attire and work in tax every single day of my life. Ironically, because I'm that cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's magnificent.
that's sticking to the
I second that notion of you being cool at working in tax.
All right, so who is the most annoying person we have all met this year?
Julia Roberts.
You met
Julia
her?
Roberts.
You have met Julia Roberts?
I haven't met her, but I know she's the most annoying person on the
If you
planet.
did meet her, she would be
I
annoying.
I
would
would
have to meet her. I
fucking-
just know.
Yeah.
punch her square in the mouth.
I second that. Yeah, if I
think,
met her,
I think the entire world needs
if
to
I
punch
met
her in the
her,
mouth.
she would be the most annoying person I've met.
I would like to give her an Indian burn.
Yes.
I would just like to punch her in the face.
Right in the mouth. Just
Yeah,
a quick
just
pop
as
to the kisser,
hard as I
and we could all
fucking
move
could,
on.
you know?
Yeah.
I would give her the hardest noogie. I'd wear like brass knuckles and give her a noogie.
Nuclear,
Nice.
Yeah.
nuclear
I would support that.
Nuggy.
Yes.
Noogie. How do you say that? Nuggy?
Noogie.
Noogie.
I give her a.
Awesome.
What is it called? What is it called when you put someone's head into a toilet?
That's awesome.
Swirly.
A flushy.
Swirly.
Oh.
Flushy.
Flush.
That's
A
good
flush
too.
meister.
Flushy.
I don't know why it's not a flushy.
A flush storm.
It's a swirly because the water
A
swirls.
storm of
Kind of
disgusting
spins.
fluid.
Yeah. I don't think that's enough for Julia Roberts. The bane
Yeah.
of the world.
No, she'd have to.
Satan incarnate. Satan's handmaiden. She deserves more than that. Ruining every movie she's ever
So
farted upon. She's the worst human being on the face of the earth.
You had a
Ruined
great.
film.
You had a great point. Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman. Anyone, a desk could have played the role in Pretty Woman, and it would have been a superior film.
I also think it's a
It's a
very
well-written movie.
well. It's a very ironic name. It's called Pretty Woman with an ugly lead.
Which that's true. I never thought of that. So maybe that was the point. That's the point I missed in Pretty Woman. You're correct.
What
Maybe-
you said was
Hipster.
Well,
wrote the script.
there's uglier people.
Jennifer
You could have had
Tilly.
somebody horribly disfigured, but no, that's still not as ugly as Julia Roberts. Someone horribly disfigured in a
who's
fire,
that deaf
perhaps.
actress?
Marley Matlin.
Yes.
More entertaining in Pretty Woman than Julia Roberts would have been.
They should have just
a little
named.
bit hotter too.
They should have named the movie Baboon Ass Lipped Woman.
Then it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Then you knew exactly what you're getting into.
Yeah,
Vagina spectacle.
But it's a well-written movie, and that's really the important part of movies. And so, it could have been played by a lamp, and it would have been equally entertaining.
They should have called it Overrated Actress Horrible Faced Woman.
There you go. I've watched that.
Well, then I would have said, "Oh, Julia Roberts
Julia
is in
Roberts
this
is
movie."
in it. That's perfect.
Yeah,
I'll go watch
yeah.
that tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely
Instead, they're trying to trick me.
2010 needs to have significantly less Julia Roberts in it.
I think it will because she's very wrinkly now.
Good.
Yeah,
So she's more horrific than she's ever been.
right.
She's like a
Which is-
global catastrophe horrific.
Yeah, she's a mess.
Yeah.
She was also. I really liked Ocean's 11, the current version.
Ruined by her, though.
Yeah, I didn't like her scenes.
No,
Ocean's 12 was a joke,
I didn't see that one.
Didn't see it.
and Ocean's 13 was pretty good. I don't know if they're making Ocean's 14, but
I'm waiting for it to go back and go Ocean's 1.
Ocean's -1, the
Ocean's
prequel.
Negative 1.
Ocean's
the beginning.
2.
Before Ocean was Ocean, it's about Ocean's parents.
It's actually Inland Sea 1.
That's like shit they would do in a comic book. 2 decades before Ocean was born, there was Mr. and Mrs. Ocean, and they played poker on Friday nights, and nothing else happened. But
They lived
you'll
on a
buy it if we
farm.
make it, so here it
Yes.
is.
Suck it up, consumer. Go get it.
That's what they're doing with the Battlestar Galactica spinoff now.
Galactic.
Well, what do you think about that?
It looks good. I don't know. I liked it.
I'm excited.
It's a little Godfather-y, but it's okay. I didn't know there were gangsters in the future.
The thing that pisses me off is that I'm going to watch every episode. That's
You know
what
you
pisses
are.
me off.
You know you're
Yeah.
going to watch it, and you're going to like it, and you're going to tell your friends about it, and then they're going to think you're a freak because it's not really that great. But you're going to watch it, and you're going to like it.
Oh, that happens. Battlestar Galactica, best show on television.
Until the end when it went all squirrely. It got squirrely at the end.
I don't think so.
It got
I think
a
it was
bit.
really-
The last
Oh, yeah.
season
Wow, I
got
disagree
a
entirely.
touch
I thought
weird.
the last episode, like, wow, you talk about not wrapping it up. Oh, Angels did it. Well, what about this? Angels did it. Oh, what about this? Angels did it.
Oh no, I was talking about the season as a whole, not like the
season of
last
Well,
episode.
the beginning of it though, when Starbuck went on her little like
You're kind of
Apocalypse
bored
Now,
by
sort of.
Starbuck, but
you know, it's just something needed to happen.
I
She's
thought-
just getting freakier and freakier and going further and further out.
and then they didn't do anything.
And
with
all
it.
that was missing
Yeah.
was a sheen to go up the river after her.
But then they didn't do anything.
They
with
didn't
it.
do anything with it, right? They just left it die, and you're like, okay, well, where are we going with this?
Well,
nowhere, because remember,
yeah.
she's an angel.
My opinion
So,
was the
wrap it
the The first third of the season was that. It was just nothing. Then it redeemed itself, and it got really, really
There
good.
were some very good moments, right? You're right.
And then it kind of ended open-ended. But if you add all that up, overall, it's still an above-average
It's a win.
season. Yeah,
I'll give it a win. I'll put it in the win column.
So what's
Yeah.
the best Battlestar episode?
Maybe the first one.
33.
Episode 1.
The water one. I thought the water one was kick-ass.
I thought 33 nailed it.
When Pegasus showed up.
33 or Watchtower.
If you haven't seen Battlestar Galactica, one, this is really interesting to you, and
You're loving this.
and
B,
two,
fuck off. Like it's like we
B-
have to talk about it. It's so good.
yeah, B, watch it.
You should. It's a special story of a lot of retarded people who find their way home, and with kittens. So
There's a lot of fucking kittens in it.
a lot. It's almost too much, but they toe the line of just enough.
All right, we had derailed for about 10
digressed,
minutes.
yes.
Best and worst moments of 2009.
Or of the decade.
Okay, let's do 2009 and then the decade.
Okay.
Best and worst moments of 2009. I said roommates, and the was the worst, and best was a pasta that I had in March. It was penne lavagna, and it was just
That's brilliant. That sounds really nice.
a little prosciutto in it.
Oh,
It was good.
that's good.
Yeah. So you guys, best and worst of 2009.
Best and worst of 2009 or the decade.
Decades later.
We'll do 2009, and then
right,
we'll go
and
back
we're gonna
into
do
the
the
decade.
decade.
Yeah.
7.
I would probably say the worst of 2009 would have been. I haven't had a lot of extremes this last year.
Well, you are a lucky man because
You are.
actually I haven't had a lot of extremes either. It's been all suck.
Yes. Likewise.
If it's all shit, there's no extremes. There's no fluctuation.
You got a cat?
You got a cat.
A kitten, fine. That beats
There
the
you are.
penne. I guess it beats.
Really?
It did destroy
pending.
I would gladly give someone a kitten for a nice plate of penne.
It did destroy my Christmas tree and my right hand.
See?
So
Penne would never do that to you.
no, the penne was just turned into poop, but so does everything. So
Ultimately, that cat
Yeah.
will eventually
You had
turn
a
into
million
poop.
roommates?
well, that was the worst.
We covered that. That was the worst.
That was the worst of
Yeah.
2009.
Yep. Of course, I already offered my best and worst are the same. My wife were the best and the worst things of 2009. You don't even know. You've got to live with her. You'll see. You have to understand. There's moments where you're like, wow, she's fantastic. And then the very next minute, you're like, oh my God, I got to warm up the slapping hand. Yeah.
I gotta sit on that hand.
Wow.
If I were
really
to
clumsy.
comment on things like that, I would agree. I have no comment on issues like that. But if I
Nor
were,
do I.
She gets clumsy sometimes.
She finds her way into the slapping hand.
She fell into it repeatedly. It was her own fault.
it was a flight of stairs. They were slippery. A lot of ice.
She's very clumsy. No one understands
Somewhere
that.
a little bit.
But she's also the best thing. So, again, the best thing.
Peter, do you have anything?
Maybe.
Did we start this podcast 5 minutes too late?
Maybe. The worst thing of the decade? This was the decade that Christians became victims. And nothing has made me more angry and more just frustrated with the world than the Christian victimization of this decade.
Somehow Christians have jumped to the forefront of my mind. And that hasn't happened before.
We're suffering. We have to protect our way of life. Everyone's against us.
And somehow we have a
douche.
backing.
Yeah. They're being dicks about the whole thing.
Well, actually, I had a debate last episode about people being too PC at work, where we couldn't have Secret Santa because people
to be
got
Secret
all
Holiday Guy.
upset. Oh my God, it's fucking Santa Claus. Now it's a
Holiday
secret
Guy.
fucking snowman. Real
Secret.
fucking secret. Everyone knows about a snowman.
Secret snowman?
And then we put up a Christmas tree.
Well, then if you do...
So I said it's a fucking holiday tree. And he's like, what's the difference? I'm like, nothing, but if you're going to get that offended over a Christmas tree, I'll call it a fucking holiday tree.
But then, if you put up a menorah, then you have to put up something for every single...
You're opening
Like,
up any
fringe
religion.
As way back in college, there was this 40-year-old woman in my class, and it was English lit, freshman crap. And the professor was very nice, like, here's the required reading. And then he said, now everybody else, tell me what your required reading should be. And this 4-year-old woman stands up and announces, well, required readings to be the Bible, as that's the only, true, really, book that everyone needs to read.
And did they say, you're insane, get out of my building?
Did somebody come in her face?
I pointed out, of course, well, then we'd need to read every other single, religious tome that everyone ever shat out.
Did they say everyone in the class should
one.
teabag you?
They did, actually, eventually, at some
Did
point.
they say they should unicorn you?
Unicorn? I never heard the unicorn.
What's
What is a
unicorn?
unicorn? Teabagging, I'm good with, but unicorning.
Randy Moss. The
Non-denominated guest host that is sitting in the background.
That has nothing to do with this. And doesn't work with anyone that anybody would know.
Stop.
The point is
The mystery woman.
that unicorning is this.
No.
Unicorning is this. Everybody knows. Everybody has dropped their balls on someone's head. Am I
Sure,
wrong?
a nice Roman helmet.
It's
My
a
mother
ro-
and I do that all the time.
Phyllis.
Phyllis's vagina, you know her.
I will talk about Jim. This is Jim.
Hi, everybody.
His mom is named Phyllis.
Yes.
My mom's name's...
Go!
The point is... it's kind of fun to try to shock someone into something. But you nailed me on that, but all I had was Phyllis's vagina, which is his mom and vagina. Everyone knows a vagina is...
having sex.
Yes,
so
and
that
this is where
always
it's
wins.
going.
Yes, so you brought it up. Here's the story. Turns out his father is like a rhythmic metronome of a beast. He nailed his mom to the bed for like an hour straight, unfailing rhythm. Again, just pound, 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 pound. For an hour, I couldn't sleep. I had to work the next morning. But no, I had to hear his dad railing his mom for an hour. An hour. That's amazing. The stamina. I was impressed. For the first 20 minutes, I was embarrassed. But then by minute 45, I was kind of thinking, Jesus, I don't think I've ever done. It was amazing. It was, again, I've never heard anyone bang a chick like that. And then knowing it was your mom made it all the more special.
I've totally lost track if this is a true story or a fictitious
It is
story.
absolutely,
It's a true story.
Absolutely factual, true story.
I would like to have some sort of a story about witnessing your mom getting vagina licked by someone. But I don't know if... Has she anything?
I've never asked her.
I'm going to assume his mom had her vagina licked because
At
I don't know,
some
we've
point,
never talked about it.
you and your mom haven't.
No. We did talk about your parents having sex, though. She heard them all the way in another state.
Do you think that she masturbated to it?
My mom? No.
You
I
don't
think she was
suspect
embarrassed
so.
at first, but then, like everyone else, came around to impress.
your
after
mom
45 minutes.
masturbated to his mom having her vagina licked?
I'm
confused
asking.
now. I don't know, maybe.
That's
I'm
hot.
asking if your mom would have masturbated herself to the thought of my parents having sex to create me.
Probably not.
And I'm
You
wondering
don't think
if
so?
you have a videotape of his mom masturbating to your mom.
I don't.
I have a permanent, etched
But-
in, burned memory of his parents having sex. It's better than a videotape. I can't erase it. I can never delete it. It's always there. Every time I'm having sex with my own wife, I think of your parents having sex and think that I'm failing and not keeping up with your father. I'm trying for 45 minutes. I don't have that kind of stamina. I'm running out of breath. Minute 48, I'm like, oh, God, how did your dad do this? He must have had some, foot support or something to brace himself against. Because, again, it was powerful. I was 2 floors down. I was in the basement. They were in the 3rd floor. It was amazing.
He was using the perfect push-up.
He was something special about the way he was doing it. Again, it was just slam, 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 slam. Nobody can do that for an hour. Nobody. That's insane.
I can't do that for 57
I can't do it for
seconds.
exactly. I'm 2 minutes in, wow, I gotta get something to drink.
I'm like, you done?
Can I get off now? Yeah, and it's just not to sexually get off. I meant like physically get off because I'm tired. I'm done.
Right.
But no, not your dad, who's twice my age. No, he was just unrelenting.
He was very, very interested in continuing to have sex with my mom.
He was banging your mom with like the same level of verve as my hatred of Julia Roberts. It's the same level of aggression.
Now, I know the audio cut in and out once or twice, but it's been steady for about 15 minutes now. And how did this happen? How did we get down this trail? We went from Bessemer to
I always knew it would go here.
Did the mom and dad fucking incident happen in 2009, or did we just...
No, it
It's
happened
forever ago. It's forever ago, but I relive it every year. Every day, really. It haunts me. It's like
So even though it
Jim
happened in,
is
like,
very
88, it's
impressed
still
with
best of
the
09.
way that my dad
I would
has
say it's the
sex
worst
with
of
my
09.
mom.
Again, it's an
He brings it up,
unachievable benchmark
Always.
that no one can accomplish other than his dad.
and I've learned to accept
Oh, and
it.
his mom as a trooper
And-
taking it for an hour. I mean,
Well,
nobody
she
can get
does what
pounded
she
like
does,
that for an hour.
but the way I bring it back, my only recourse is to his mom is a phenomenal woman. She's very nice.
She's a saint, and you know it.
She's a saint, and I know it. But the only thing that I can do is to make comments about her vagina.
My mom is my mom's that dumb nice.
I get it, but what I want to do is talk about her vagina because it's all I have.
If she thought that it would benefit you to give you her vagina, she would. That's the thing. And then you would say, Mom, now you don't have a vagina. And she would say, well, Peter needed my vagina more.
I'll be right back. You guys continue the mom vagina talk.
Well,
And this is where I really expected this to go, but
I understand.
yes.
I understand.
You're fairly infatuated with my mother's vagina, which is kind of weird.
I don't know why, but I'm so. It's my girlfriend looking at me bizarrely. I am a little bit infatuated with your mom's vagina.
Is it because that's where I came from?
No.
And you secretly love me?
No.
Admit it. It's okay. It's just a podcast. 12 people are going to hear this. Most of them are friends.
It's
And then
mostly.
that one creepy guy who's always on the internet. I know who you are.
It's that one weird guy in a trench coat. I'm
Who's finding this vaguely
infatuated.
hot.
I am mildly infatuated with your mom's vagina because
Have you ever seen it, though?
And miss a beat.
I haven't seen it.
It's right where you left. It hasn't.
I haven't. Have you?
Have I seen my mom's vagina?
Outside of being born?
I saw it once. Yeah, that day. Day I was
Have you
born.
ever wanted to see it beyond that?
No.
Have you ever?
I actually suspect it's kind of scary. I don't want anything to do with it.
Skagina.
Yeah.
Scary vagina.
I agree. Never mind.
Well, there we are.
All right, we've come full circle. Best and worst of 09.
The only reason I want to is because I want something. It's late.
Your
It's New
mom
Year's.
getting banged for an hour is
Yes,
unthinkable.
that's
You will
it.
always lose. You will always lose this one. There's nothing you'll ever discover.
Did we get to everyone? Peter, did you even go yet?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Did you go? What was your favorite thing of 09?
Favorite thing of 09.
Other than my mom's
The
vagina?
30 minutes of mom
Randy.
vagina talk wasn't enough time to...
This one.
That's
right
010,
here.
though. That's 10.
All right, now if Randy wasn't in the room, what would you be your...
The hooker I fucked last weekend.
She was
that was a
hot.
joke?
Yeah, that was good.
We don't need any...
Get it?
Yeah, that was really funny. Aren't
My
the
least
hookers
favorite
still-
thing of 09 would be... I don't know yet.
Awesome. Good input.
Yeah.
That's great.
Now,
Riveting.
should we go to the decade?
Yes.
Okay. I guess since I put no effort into this, I will start.
Please.
Least favorite thing of the decade, I would say fake patriotism.
Oh, good one.
Good one. Yeah.
It has become...
Blind patriotism.
It has become almost a sin to even question our government.
My favorite thing was we came up with this. It's like
For those of you who couldn't see that on this audio podcast,
right?
he smacked the back of his hand into his forehead,
It's radio.
which,
Nude.
considering this isn't even a live podcast,
It's radio.
would be 100% of everyone on the
I've had
planet.
my hand in my nose for the last 15 minutes.
I also urge everyone to watch In Plain Sight, plain being PLANE,
And Food Inc.
or Loose Change. No, Food Inc. What the?
Or Shakes the
We're
Clown.
not even in the same conversation
Either way,
here.
Shakes the Clown was...
I mean, Goodfellas was a good movie too. I'm talking about 9/11 conspiracy movies here. folks.
Shakes the Clown. Have you not seen it?
I was more talking about Peter's suggestion of the film.
Oh.
Well, now we're talking about clown shoes.
Did we get there already?
Yeah, we're already here. What size is too big?
Depends on what size the kids like.
When does it stop being fun and start being a novelty?
I would say, as a novice supporter of the clown community, I'm down with size 90.
I would say it's too big when you can't drive your abduction van anymore. Or you can no longer hide in the bushes in the outskirts of the playground.
I would say when your
That's
trench
too big.
coat is no longer hiding you. The clown shoe is too big.
I would say when it's girthier than a Coke can.
When
Wait, we're talking about shoes. Oh,
Clown shoes, yeah.
clown shoes.
clown shoes.
It always comes down to clown shoes with you.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't.
This,
Is there such thing as clown play?
yeah, getting clowned.
It's like a Roman helmet, but backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's like a hand job, but with clowns. No, it's all right. We're doing best. and
Catherine,
worst.
we're talking about clowns and grease paint and fetishes. Jump in, sit down, give us your opinion.
Wow, we're in two very different places.
Where are you at?
Right
I've been
now.
apparently, I've been off on a very anti-American tear, which I didn't intend to.
I
Actually,
tried
we
to
just
start that.
started that.
Go.
Sit
I
right
was going
there.
on about the lack of public transit infrastructure,
Catherine,
insurance,
sit there.
and the self-centeredness of the American culture in general about the rest of the world.
Oh, I went
Better
on.
than us.
Blind patriotism.
I went on
down.
about how our government faked 9/11, and
However, someone
they
said I
went
was
on
on
to
an
clown
anti-American
fetishes.
tear, and I didn't mean to be as much as I just think there's great potential. There's a lot of areas that we're dropping the ball.
as in all of them.
Oh, that okay. So yeah, I wasn't thinking about clowns or fetishes or.
Well, we're talking about the angriest moments of the decade. Your
Oh, we've
angriest.
gone from the year to the decade.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we couldn't handle the year, so we went for the decade.
Just so you know, since you've just arrived, you were my favorite part of 2009 and my least favorite part of 2009.
Of course I was. Wait a minute, I don't want to be in front of the camera.
You're not in front of
There's
me.
no
It's
camera.
audio only.
This
Oh.
is a secret show.
So you don't have to put any clothes on.
The fact that I'm like, inebriated and sweaty, no one's gonna have to see
And
that.
naked? No.
Yeah. And I have huge jugs.
Which would have blocked the camera anyhow, so it's irrelevant.
It would have been a total blackout. So
And a
it's a good thing.
badonk-a-donk to just knock you back. Yeah.
I don't like
I think-
black culture. I'm going to say
That was
that.
actually country.
Either way, I don't care, but now
you
it's
have
black.
you have CMT
I
to thank for the
don't
badonk-a-donk
like black
song.
culture. I'm done with it. I don't like big rims. I
Wow,
don't like
you're
big
so
butts.
bigoted.
I don't mean to be bigoted.
You can't
it's not
deny.
that. It's not that I can't deny, and other brothers will. But I don't like the
Oh,
black
don't
culture.
get me started.
It's she knows all the lyrics, by the way.
Yeah,
Every single one.
yeah, you know what? I get it. The point is, it's a cliche.
It is.
It's
And
To
a
you
fucking,
it is.
To
someone
everyone,
it's-
it's
to
a
someone it's
cliche.
their reality.
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah,
I'm also
but
not a fan of it.
you know what? My reality-
it's all the same.
My reality could be playing golf, but it isn't. Or saying like, "Hey, bro, you get the score," but that's not my reality.
Yeah, but it
And
just
like
seems,
some, black culture, some people are like, "Hey, you see that rims, man?"
it all seems based
It's
on
all
big
like-
rims, Cavassier, and hating people.
Yeah, but
There's a lot of anger
And
in
not
it. I don't
that's
smiling
just
at
as
photographs.
ridiculous to you as it does to someone else. Someone talking about their latest big screen TV or where they went and played golf at some special club.
And
it's all
I
perspective.
appreciate that as cliche as well.
And more aggressively, I don't like Christmas. That was. I
Let's
could have
go
said
down that
I'm a
road.
bigoted racist, and people wouldn't have been as upset as when I said I didn't like Christmas.
No, big screen TVs are always awesome. So that whole argument
I
is
don't
just nil and void.
I don't like Christmas. I came out of the closet this year and admitted I don't like Christmas.
And
What do you
now-
not like
Met
about
with,
it?
with hatred.
That's
across
what
the
someone
board.
asked me. What don't you like about it?
I don't like the Christian aspect of it. I don't believe that
It is
you know,
bizarrely religious,
The religious
yep.
part of it, I don't celebrate,
Bizarrely religious.
and I don't like the
Oh,
commercial
that's what
aspect
you
of it.
asked.
Yep.
You know, people
My mother
put
actually
themselves
walked
into
into my
thousands
house
of
and
dollars
gave
in
me a
debt
fresh
to
when I
buy
told her
each
to
other
walk on, and
gifts.
she's like, well, you know that's the only reason.
For what reason? I mean, do this every day. Why do you need to do one special day a year, one magical day a year to give
Oh, yeah.
give thanks and presents to other people?
Let's not
Do it
do
whenever you want. You don't need Christmas. You don't need a Hallmark holiday to do
Side
it.
conversations are equal volume as normal conversations in
You
a
guys
small bedroom.
suck. You know what else I hate about 2010? People chatting away in the background of a goddamn podcast where we're having a
Crazy
good
bitches
discussion.
you talk.
Once again, my favorite thing of 2010, my wife. My least favorite thing, my wife.
You.
Worst moment of 2010: side conversations during a
Wait,
podcast.
2010 hasn't happened yet.
Oh, it's on.
It's now.
It's on.
It's
We're
right
Look at
now.
the
We're an
clock.
hour and 45 minutes in.
This
and
is a
I've
new-
already
So
had
I'm
my-
already your least favorite thing of the year. 1 hour in.
And last year.
And last
and
year,
your favorite. And
Your
your favorite.
unblemished
This-
record of
this
favorite.
year, undecided.
Yes, this year is
Your
undecided
decide.
on the
It's your
favorite.
call.
It's a draw
But-
right
How
now.
about you?
What?
How about you?
About what?
2010.
Favorite thing?
Oh, she wants me to say.
She's fishing.
She's fishing.
2000 everything.
2000 forever. You.
2000 century.
What's your favorite thing?
What's your favorite thing of all time?
2000 universe.
So you went from the best and worst of 09 to the decade.
It's not Mexicans. I'm sick of Mexicans. Telling you,
I'm
I
done
like
with-
them. I like them.
Without them, nothing would get done. Your food wouldn't get cooked. Your
But yeah,
house
by the
wouldn't
way,
get built.
Seafood Inc. Awesome movie.
All right.
You're drunk and you have such a short attention span.
Well, actually, my Mexican thing was a lead-in. I don't have a problem with Mexican people at all. I enjoy them.
They won't do it for food, you know.
That's my honor.
Yeah, wow, what a great moment in L.A., yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. In L.A., riding along with your aunt, and she sees
Like
Aunt Patty.
a person with
Like
a sign
12 years ago.
that says, "We'll work for food," and she turns around and looks at me and just nicely says, "They won't, you know."
Yeah.
You can just go from there. That's just, okay, great.
That and the crazy infestation of peacocks. That's the two things I
and
got.
then, of course, she split soup. Who splits soup? You can't split soup.
Let's put this.
That's against the rules of nature.
Put this out. Let's put this out in the interwebs, intertube stratosphere. As far as restaurant do's and don'ts go, you
Splitting
cannot,
soup. Don't.
You cannot officially split soup. If
No.
you want to have some of someone's soup, that's your own business. But you cannot tell the waiter to split soup.
You can share it in the bowl.
You
though.
can share it.
You can
if
get a soup
choose
with
to.
2 spoons, although
Exactly.
that really smacks
But that's
cheap.
your own
But
business.
That's your own business.
You don't ask
But-
the waiter to split soup.
No, you
and
don't.
and
Or
certainly
toast.
you certainly don't
Or
split
no.
soup more than 2 ways. You don't split soup
Or a
amongst
salad.
3 people.
What if
That's-
there's a
You
pee
split it with
involved?
Your significant other.
You choose amongst yourselves how you're going to consume it. Yes.
Split pea soup?
Again,
Boom.
yeah.
That wasn't good.
No, I know. Well, you know, it's been
Yeah.
7 hours into drinking, and it's 2 in the
Tangent.
morning.
I think I have
Tangent.
a new. I
They
think I
can't
have a
Tangent
new-
alert.
Fair enough.
I have a new least favorite of 2010 now.
What is it?
That joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about this podcast?
Undecided yet, really. It's pretty close to both, actually. Again,
My worst of 2009 is my show.
come on.
What do you tell
It
them?
brought
Why
us
would you
great
still be
amusement.
doing it?
Fuck you,
Because I'm
man.
a masochist, and I also like harming other people's ears.
I'm sure
you're
both
s-
the people that listen to it really like it.
I would hope so.
Is anyone? No, people are too busy to. It's not
It's
live.
not live.
Is it? Yeah.
It's recorded for later. Or is it live? Are we on the
Sorry.
internet
No,
live?
no,
I'm a
we're,
little
no, we're not
slow.
live. We're not live.
I have
Alright.
too many shoes.
I think we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
How about You don't
Let's talk
like
about
bugs.
high school.
High school.
Well, I don't care for bugs.
Good. Sold.
Done. All right. Worst thing of 2009.
bugs.
Done.
And the insect infestation.
And of course, bug
Can't
is
have
my
it.
word for vagina. So that's actually one of my favorite things from 09.
No, the worst things of the decade, bugs in the vagina.
Oh, yeah, that would
Come
be
on,
better.
we're talking 2000 to 2010. The worst, 2000 to 2009. The worst you can come up with is, crabs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
What is your worst thing of 2009?
And Julia Roberts, because she's worse than crabs.
That's your own issue.
Because you can't get that off. Crabs, there's medicine for. There's no medicine for Julia Roberts.
That's your own issue.
It's a fact, though. It's not an issue. It's a fact.
Least favorite actress. Least favorite movie
Where's
of
the
the
doctor
decade.
guy? Where's the doctor guy? Ask
Least
him.
favorite movie of the
The
decade.
decade? There's a lot of crap out there.
Yeah. Off
How
the
about-
top of your head.
I will go with most overrated movie of the decade.
There you
Ooh,
go.
what is that?
Overrated movies
Donnie
of the decade.
Darko.
Oh,
Really?
fuck you. I love that movie.
Wow,
I agree.
interesting.
Fuck both
It's
of
just
you.
an hour and 45 minutes of Jake Gyllenhaal walking around with a puss on his face, and then a house falls
A
on him.
puss
I-
on his face.
I love
That's
that
it.
movie.
That's the entire movie. Horrible piece of shit.
Wow.
My least
Strong,
favorite
but I can
movie.
accept that.
My least favorite movie of the decade was Transformers 2.
Haven't seen that yet, so
Puss in your head.
Yeah, it's an easy way out. The most overrated film of the. You know what?
I was
I
impressed.
fucking hated Juno.
okay. I haven't
Wow.
seen that yet either.
That's interesting.
I fucking hated it.
Yeah, it was a little-
I
it was
thought it
definitely
like I
pretentious.
remember sitting down being like, "Oh, this is such a great movie." Diablo Cody wrote it. She's the new god of everything. Great, so excited.
On the other hand,
And I sat down and watched it, and I'm sitting there going, "All right, you know what? People don't talk like this. No one's that cool."
the only people that talk like that are Diablo Cody and Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
I'd give
Those are the only
You're
people that
you're
talk
absolutely
like
right.
that.
Like, you know what? Like, everybody got such a fucking boner and shot their load to Juno, but do you know what line was in Juno? Honest to blog.
Oof.
That line was in Juno.
That hurts.
That's sickening.
I'd give Little
You know
Miss
what?
Sunshine a good
Fuck
run.
you. That's awful.
Really?
It was, most overrated movie of the decade, or even 09, we can narrow it down, was most assuredly Avatar.
Overrated.
Overrated beyond belief.
Technically, well, it was 09.
Technology is no substitute for story.
Or character
All the
development.
computers in the world
Or
can't
film.
generate a decent script, apparently.
Dave Dillon.
Having not
Best-
seen Avatar, I have to say it was probably the best film ever made.
All right. That's,
Overrated movie of either the year or the decade?
Neither. Best film ever made.
No, I'm asking what you.
What would your choice for most
Oh,
overrated movie?
You don't have to do both. You can pick.
All right, well, give me 10, 15 seconds and you guys got it.
On the other hand, springboarding off of Juno, however you may feel about it, the actress in that, whose name eludes me right now,
Ellen Page.
Ellen Page, I think for me anyway, one of the most overlooked movies, Hard Candy. If you haven't watched Hard Candy,
Yeah, I've heard that.
was that
and
the
I
movie where the
appreciate
girl
it. It was-
pretends to chop the guy's nuts off?
It was
Yes.
yeah, no.
it was for me.
That
it was
was the
one of
most. Yeah, that was.
Wild
it was
and
a
stupid
pleasant
and-
surprise. I thought of many of the movies that I
It had
watched.
me squirming.
It was a pornographic revenge fantasy.
It makes
and-
men
and-
horribly uncomfortable and understanding, and I understand that
absolutely
completely.
it does. But if it was
Because
well
she's
done, I would have been
15.
okay with it.
Oh, you didn't think so?
Oh.
I thought that
thought
scene
it was
was
a
well
fun
done.
mindfuck.
I thought the rest of the movie was
Yeah,
not.
the nut chopping scene. That was
The nut chopping scene was definitely done very well, and I thought it was.
I actually hear really good things about that movie.
Most underrated.
well,
Well,
movie,
that scene was memorable, but the entire rest of the movie was a waste.
Princess
Yeah,
Samurai.
no. Princess
If you
Oh my
haven't
God.
watched Princess Samurai, go watch it immediately. Best film
Princess Samurai.
ever.
Best
Is-
movie filmed on a cell phone in the last decade.
Hands down.
Is that Tom Cruise's last movie?
He
No.
played the title role, exactly, yes.
It was
Low budget Asian film. How often do you hear that?
Poorly
And-
dubbed, shot on a
every
cell
time
phone.
I talk about Asian films. Really,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Anybody else have best or worst of the decade, or should we wrap this up?
best of the decade. Not underrated. I'm a big Old Country fan. I'm a big Blood for Oil fan. I'm a big
Big what fan?
Blood for oil, Blood for Oil or Oil for
Blood for Oil.
Blood for Oil. How about Coraline? I just saw that shit, man, and it kind of made me. I kind of enjoyed it.
It's very
It
good.
was good.
Coraline was
That was
good.
one of the better
I mean, I'm
movies
not.
of the
I'm not
year.
trying to put that in the top 10 or 20 or whatever.
Just
but
a good
like,
movie of
Some
the year.
people have.
Really, yeah. I mean, it's pretty solid. I liked it a lot.
The 3D was very cool.
Talking about visually,
It doesn't
Avatar,
talk
whatever.
down, which is nice. It doesn't talk
You
down
know,
to kids.
visually,
It's-
Coraline is as interesting as anything I've seen.
Yeah, it was definitely...
Agreed.
It was good.
The making of was amazing. If you didn't watch that, It's-
Didn't watch it. I
No.
just
I normally don't like watching the whole making of that's self-indulgent directors spewing on about nonsense about
I've
how
seen-
they feel this, but that one was really good. It was a lot of technical, how they made things happen.
I've seen
That's
those,
all I want to hear.
I've
Really
seen
good.
I've seen that shit about the directors doing their
Yeah.
for B movies with the $40,000 budget. And they're
Yeah.
like, what we're trying to capture here was a real dichotomy between good and evil. I'm like,
You're
dude,
trying to
Trying to
capture
film
that.
it for
you had a
$4.
fucking
You're just trying to make the
camera,
actress is only
VHS
paid to
camera
2
and a
and it's
fuck, yeah.
130.
Two things you were trying to capture: a paycheck and
Yeah.
nail the new starlet. That's
This
what you were
scene,
really
I
trying
was
to capture.
thinking third story on my mansion, and this scene right here, my new Corvette.
Yes, exactly. This paid for my hot tub.
It definitely
this scene.
seems, looking back over just not this last decade, but a couple decades, it seems like some of even the biggest directors right now, I think, did some of their best and most creative work when they were starting out and they didn't have as much at their fingertips. I mean,
Yes.
you just look at Jaws, where the freaking shark broke
Yeah.
and didn't work. And they had to use the anticipation and setting it up in your mind and the music to make you freak out without seeing the shark.
John Williams, right?
You know?
What I appreciate about Jaws was
Right?
Steven Spielberg wasn't afraid to fuck a kid. Like, the kid got killed by a
Right,
shark.
because it was the late
And
70s
now-
and no one was worried about
and now
being
in
upset.
movies-
No one would harm a child.
Right,
Yeah.
no one harms a child, and the women and the black guy are always the smartest ones in the bunch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And anything,
What if it were a
No, it's
smart
true.
black girl child?
she would save
cannot
the
be
day
harmed.
and
Yeah,
be the
yeah.
greatest thing in the
And
world,
probably have
and
I was
superpowers.
trying to. I was
Yes.
have
I was
superpowers,
trying to say
and
it's
Like
joke,
the
like,
deaf mute black
you know
girl
who else
in
was
like
Right.
Alex Kintner in Jaws got
Right.
fucking eaten.
They had that character, Terminator Salvation.
Terminator
Deaf
Salvation,
mute, black
deaf mute,
girl,
black girl,
little
nothing
And
wrong
of
to her.
course, she's gonna
completely
come up
unharmed,
with
walks through fields of gunfire unharmed,
and
because
come up with
it's a little
the
kid.
solution that the
No one
United
can hurt a
States
kid.
military couldn't figure out. Fuck
But
you.
anyway, my point being, with Avatar fresh on the brain, I look back at Terminator, which is one of the first sci-fi action flicks I ever saw, and it had a much stronger impact on me than Avatar did, and he had a lot less technology
It could
to
be
work with.
it could be a lot of function to you too because it was a
My first exposure.
first exposure, but
Yeah.
but it was groundbreaking in its own way. Avatar's groundbreaking,
But it was
for being
solid.
visual, for being
Yes.
whatever.
But not
Yes.
for being a
But
good
not
movie.
for getting in your head and
But you
anticipate.
saw that when you were how old? In your teenage years?
Yeah,
when you were-
exactly. It was the
you know,
first
whatever.
R-rated action flick I ever
Right.
saw. So
And this one you saw as
it popped my cherry.
you know what? Oh, wonderful. you saw Terminator when you were 14 and no one
Yeah.
ever. It's like seeing Star Wars when you or whatever.
Or
else,
Psycho
you know?
when it was new and no one had ever.
Or
yeah.
I mean, people. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. We get jaded. We get
It's
oversensitized.
a different. it's a
I
different thing.
disagree. I think that
If he redefined-
movies are movies,
If he
and we
redefined
know
the cinema, if he redefined the craft, in
he
the
didn't
course
do
of
it. He didn't come to the
I've
table.
I've heard otherwise. I haven't seen it, but
Technology-wise, I think Avatar is amazing. However, I think there was more depth to the character development and the plot in his earlier movies, like Terminator and The Abyss. Whereas partway through Avatar, I was
more
mesmerized
character
visually.
development with Arnold.
Seriously,
It's awesome.
yeah. When I mean, I was more engaged and could not anticipate what was going to happen. Whereas in Avatar, halfway through, I understood his point and he was going to make it 3 more times, but it looked amazing.
Because people are stupid, and he needs to kind of create this, put the story around.
I
them.
think he.
Before I go, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
The best thing about 2009 and 2010, Jay's New Year's party.
Wow.
Awesome New Year's party.
Wow.
Yay, Jay.
I'm going to go scrounge food.
I think that's a good note to wrap this stuff up on.
and go get food.
I just wanted to point out Sidney Pollack.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not afraid to fuck kids either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I was looking. That was my joke that I couldn't.
That's the lead. That was the build-up you didn't get to finish.
Yeah, didn't work out.
Well, what I wanted to bring up was that in Jurassic Park, the book, the little kid got destroyed. In the movie,
They just get scared.
he got 50,000 volts and then woke up, which is just
like,
bullshit.
But compared to
Yeah.
now, that was
like,
a lot
"Woo!"
more damage to a kid than they do get nowadays.
Still, in the book, he got fucked up. He was,
Then you go all the way back to Grimm's Fairy Tales,
yeah.
and it's twisted.
Yeah, thrown in ovens and shit.
That's why they call it grim.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, well, thank you guys for coming on. We're hoping to, I know you live in Maine, which is unfortunate. But,
which is the end of the world compared to
yeah,
here.
but
But it's not.
I believe Dave will be on for a full episode at sometime soon. So
Thank you, Jay, for the perpetual invite.
yeah,
I'll take it up. I'll take advantage of it sometime soon.
cool. So happy New Year, everyone, and we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program soon. Goodbye. I almost didn't slur that whole thing.
Almost.
Almost.
It is New Year's.
Yeah. Happy New Year.